friends. Today I'm going to put forth my views regarding the pilot SU nib. This is in Vanishing Point, and this is also known as Sutab, and the English translation is obviously Stub. The nib does not exactly behave like a stub nib. It's something straddling between a cursive italic and a stub. I have not yet used a stub italic gradient from Franklin Christoph, but I think this is somewhere in between because it is a bit forgiving in terms of the angulation, but at the same time it does have its characteristic feedback of a cursive italic on the horizontal strokes, apart from the sweet spot it has. So this nib is available as a separate unit, and I've treated you with the images before the video began. It's probably available at about 80 USD at various stores online in the US. So we'll just go with the writing sample, and then I'll let you know what my opinion regarding this nib is. Hi. So if you've used a stub nib before, you would be knowing that the difference between a stub and a cursive italic would be the sides of the nib. While in stub they are probably rounded off. And in a cursive italic they are pretty sharp. So the people who would not want any kind of feedback on horizontal strokes would opt for a stub, and it also gives good line variation, but cursive italic gives a better line variation than that. So expectedly a stub would have sort of zero feedback, which this nib does offer, but only on the sweet spot it has, and that is the sweet spot is pretty narrow. Now the good thing with this nib is that it is designed, since it is designed for a vanishing point, and vanishing point has this small narrow indentation in the clip designed to let you know where your grip should ideally be resting. So with this grip and the angulation it gives you on the paper, there is hardly any issue with identifying the sweet spot on this pen, on that particular nib. However, if you tend to hold the pen at any other place, you would immediately start to note the feedback, and the wetness of the nib also reduces proportionately if it is held at any other point. So I'm holding the nib at a different angle. Further, and now I'm holding it at the indentation, which guides me towards the sweet spot of the nib. So it does offer greater wetness at its design spot, and it behaves as good as a stub nib, just at that very particular point. It does give a very good line variation, and I took some measurements. I'm not very good at using calipers for measuring line weights, but I tried my best, and the broader lines gave a dimension of about 8 mm, while the narrow ones gave a 0.8 mm, and the narrow ones gave a dimension of about 0.2 mm. So there's a 4 times variation between the horizontal and the vertical strokes there. Overall, my experience with the Sutab or stub nib is SU nib is very good. I like this particular nib, and it does give a very good character to the handwriting. I think if you like vanishing point, if you really love using a vanishing point, a Sutab nib or a Stub nib by Vanishing Point is something you should really try out. So here I would leave you with this, and at the end I'll put a screenshot with the characters in capitals and lowercase for you to appreciate the line variation. Have a nice time. Bye.